Hey everyone, welcome back to a brand new video. I'm the Chess Nerd and today we're doing move by move explained rapid games for 2 hours and 40 minutes. I play a series of games against lower opponents. We start off against a 600 rated opponent and we go all the way through to 2300. Of course, instructed move by move all the way through. I hope you enjoy this very long and instructive video. Hello everyone, welcome back to a brand new stream today. Where I'm going to be playing subs, instructive, rapid games. You already know how it is. It's going to be super fun. It's the first time we do this. Welcome everyone. I hope you're doing well today. It's a super beautiful day outside. Damn, it is. It really is. So yeah, we're going to play some instructive rapid games. I have a little bit of water left. Look at this. Good luck. Or this game might get aborted. Zach, should beginners think in terms of rating or not at all? Not at all. Think in terms of moves on the board. How can you play better? How can your opponent? How could you have made your opponent worse? What should you learn for next game? It's about internal learning. Rating is an output, right? The rating system doesn't output your potential, right? If it did, wow, you know, we would all have great ratings. So Hago, I'm playing viewers tomorrow actually, if you're into that. Though if you want to play me today and on Q and if we have time, I'm playing rapid games against subs. So if you become a sub right now, I would be able to play a rapid game against you after the if you're in the queue in time. Okay, so E takes D4, Knight D5, and we can play castles. I think here we win a piece, so here I can play this. Oh, we don't actually, because they can take out the pawn. It's a good lesson anyways. I win, I don't win anything. Ooh. So here we can take this and defend this. With that knight that's attacked. So bishop takes, and here we win a piece with bishop takes g5. So you see that discovery on this bishop. Now, if white takes here, I can take back and still be up a piece because I took this piece on d5. Their only move was e takes d5, attacking this knight. And if I took, now they can take on c6 and we're equal. Let's check on my students. Okay, so bishop takes, we can take here with the pawn, and this is fine. What are my students did? Maybe their phones are still off. It's still the tournament room. They played a long game or something. Did your students win? I'm checking my phone to see if they won, but Nobody seems to have finished their round then, I guess. The thing is, one of my students, Aiden, in Kentucky, he has 30-minute games. It's a 30-minute game tournament. So I think his games are back to back to back, and his phone has to be off the whole time. That's my worry. Although I did tell him to FaceTime me. My other student, Ethan, is playing in San Francisco, and he has 1 hour and 30-minute games. So, and his game started at 12. So 3 hours. Yeah, I think he's still running his game against the 1400. That's crazy. Yeah, 30 minutes. 30 minutes with 5-second delay. Pretty crap if you ask me for classical. But my other students 1 hour and 30 minutes. So this could run you like a 4 or 5 hour game. How old are your students? So Ethan is 16 and I think Aiden is 17 or 18. Really good students. Really chill guys. Super motivated. They work so hard. Oh my god. I'm so proud of them. They're each having their first tournament today. It's so fun. Yeah, so classical, yeah, so I guess this is semi-rapid. You could classify it as Caden. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I thought they were going to be much younger. Well, yeah, so I have students those are actually both my youngest students. My oldest students, I've had a student that's 40 years old. Yeah, quite easily. And, yeah. It's really, chess is for everyone. Oh, the knight was hanging, of course. I forgot about that. Whoops. So we're going to go back here. And I think this knight is getting lost anyways. You have chess students? Oh, wow. That means you are a good chess coach. Thank you. That encouraged them. Yeah, I do encourage them. That's why I'm there for FaceTiming them. I FaceTime each of my students before their first tournament today. I'm very proud that I did that. I'm very proud to be their coach. And I kind of both wish them good luck in the tournament hall right as they walked in. I'm there with them along the process, and I just love joining them on their journey to be a better chess player. It's so fun. It's so worth it. It's so worth it as well. So worth it. Have you ever played Levy? I've never played Levy, actually. I've never played Levy. Quite a rare person to play. But yeah, good question. So here we take on c6. I think we can even... Ooh, okay. We can even take here. So on this, we have bishop check. If queen takes, we can take this. And if rook takes our queen now, we can take the rook. We'd be up in exchange. So we're going to preserve those two bishops. How did you find your students to teach, or did they find you? Usually they find me. On Instagram, that's usually where I get a bunch of DMs with lesson students, people who want to be my student. People who want to be my student. Yeah, people who want to be my student. And, you know, I turn down a lot of people because I look for the most motivated, the ones who I really want to pick to join on their journey. And so, yeah, pick the most motivated. And of course, private lessons are super expensive. I don't know if you guys have ever tried. Private chess lessons, you know, they're expensive. So I don't take just about anyone. It's also people with a certain financial stance, you know. Yeah. So yeah, that's my main income these days. I didn't get a summer internship at a corporate company, as a marketing student should. Instead, I decided to teach chess, and that as a side. I'm teaching chess on the side. That's like my side hustle of this content creation, which is my main thing. So yeah, I'm multitasking a lot. I'm content creating on all platforms, editing my clips, teaching just about any age range. So yeah. So king here, and I think we're in a mating net. So we're going to go bishop b5 check. Forces this or c4. What university do you go to? I go to a small university called Bishop's University. Haha! Quite funny that I say this in this position with my razoring bishops. Look at the raise of bishop there. So yeah, I go to Bishop's University. It's in Quebec. It's a small university. And it's really, really cute university town. I'm going back there in September, so if you catch my stream in September plus, you will see my apartment in my university town. How fitting. Exactly, Malikus. So rook e2, and now this is pinned, so we're just going to put pressure on the rook. My queen is also there. Okay. So we're going to take here, and we're going to recharge with queen b5. So now this is going to be super, super nice. And here we're going to think of a mating net. So again, very important to control some squares in chess. Cannot stress this more. I believe this is winning now. Queen check, and now queen e1 checkmate. Thank you so much for the game. GG's. Good game, Southern Run. Thank you so much for playing me. Appreciate it. At the end of every game, I'll be giving you tips that I used in the game to beat the selected level. In this game, number one is always look for tactics even when it seems like not. In the game, I looked for tactics all the way through and even found knight takes e5 that won a tactic on 2 out of the 3 variations. Luckily, my opponent didn't find e takes d5. Number two is always look for danger levels. When my bishop on f6 was attacked with e5 by my opponent, I could have just brought my bishop back or even taken the pawn with my pawn. But no, you look for danger levels, and bishop takes c6 attacks the queen first and wins a piece in that position. And number three, know your mates, simple mates, right? Mates in twos. In this game, there was a forced mate in 2, and it just makes it easy for you to finish off the game in style and convert the winning position. Rabbit is next. Rabbit Chameleon. Here we are. Here we are. e4, e5. Easy. What a username for real. So d3, here's the Schliemann's Gambit. I'm going to take here on e4 and play knight f6. What is it on takes? I take with the b pawn. So I wouldn't want to trade queens and give a pawn in doing so. This is the Gambit. Keeping a log on for my students. Okay, here we're gonna go d6 regular Very nice pawn structure with an extra twist of this pawn defending some nice extra squares here that would normally be weak from a pawn structure, which is why I love this pawn structure with all my heart. Okay, bishop g5. Let's go bishop e7. Yeah, it was with that girl. What a trade. Oh, it was the video with Alessia. I think I know who you're talking about. I've posted a lot of clips with her recently. How badly do I want to get it beat up alive on Twitch? It's not really about that. I'm not here to laugh at you and, you know, play you and laugh at you. It's about learning this one. This one is really about learning. I found Zach on Twitch, actually. That's actually very rare, Curiosity Frequencies. How did you find me on Twitch? You were just in the chess section? Very, very crazy. Okay, so we're going to castle here. Dude, honestly, it's fun. Whenever you can, you should visit. I should. I'm sure it's an amazing city. Expensive, though, but it's an amazing city, I'm sure. Okay, and so here we have a nice pin. We have bishop g4 here. I really, really like this pin. Okay, we're going to turn off the notes. Okay. I hope my students are done with their games. Especially my first student. Unless his games are in a row. That might be true also. Yeah. Yeah, I think I was scrolling down the chess category. Crazy. The United Arabic Emirates, right? You guys had chess. Earlier forms of chess. Satranj in Arabic. Before Europeans. Before all of North America. Oh, a3, it's my turn. Whoops. So here we're going to play h3, h6. Bishop back, and now we're going to go for knight h5. Really craving in this super nice pin. And this is the weapon of this opening. This is why I love this opening so much. You get such a sharp line so quickly. I'm 12 moves in, you guys, you know? We're already in deep, deep sharp lines. Satranj, correct. Correct, Matin. That's exactly how it was spelled. Could you repeat? Ads popped up. Of course, Habibi. Yeah, the United Arab Emirates was one of the first regions in the world to receive chess, after India and after the Persian Empire. The Arabian Peninsula was in the first 3 regions, I would say, to receive the game of chess, originally called Satranj. So here we have very, very, very nice moves. I can take here on f3. And now after doubled pawns, we can even anchor these with bishop g5 and taking up this f4 square. It's all about knowing how to target weaknesses around the king. Yeah, you didn't know that. There you go. You learn something new every day, Kozo. Actually, the chances that you learned that today are pretty slim. Yeah. Because it's the chances that you come on my stream, the chances that this conversation gets striked up, and the chances that I actually revealed that information. Those chances are high, by the way, but yeah. Yeah, so satranj is an Arabic word. The word satranj spread everywhere. It was first in Persia, which today is Iran, not Iraq. And so there you go. Okay, we can take on h4. Perfect. Zach, I'll give you a good game. Why, thank you, Tiger. Ooh. Back problems, you already know. Okay, bishop takes h4. After bishop takes, I have queen takes, and look how this f4 square is so mellow for this knight. So mellow and tender, the juices are flowing from. You get me? You get me? Now here's a good move, though it gives this pawn. Yeah, I think this works. So here we're threatening all sorts of things here. And here. And here. And here. And here as well, actually. Okay. Now we're threatening this square. Oh, I actually had mate. No, I didn't. Never mind. Probably did, but... He shouldn't have taken there with the knight on e2 or no? Because this pawn was defended by the queen, and this knight lets me take this pawn with the rook now. Because the queen doesn't defend it anymore. This is actually the first time we are using the bot for the sub-only event. This is very true. And this is the first time we're using the bot for join and queue, actually. Big ups for the stream. How long did it take for you to get to 2,000? I would say about... It was slow growth for me because I had a lot of hobbies. I was in school and things. I think it was like... Since I'm 5... 10 years? 11 years? 11 years. Well, if you do this, I'm already a knight up because I already took your knight, right? So if you do this, you're just accepting that you're a knight down. This is also very losing. In game 2, we saw a quick attack that culminated into a checkmate, and here are some tips that I used. So here, the first thing is weaken your opponent's king. In this game, I played bishop takes f3, doubling my opponent's pawns, and they were double backwards pawns since there was a pawn on e4, which greatly weakened the g-file of my opponent's king. Number 2 is plan out your attack move by move once you have the opponent weakened. Here I played moves such as knight h5, silent moves that opens up my queen onto the attack. Just be patient with your attacking pieces and give them time to maneuver next to the king. And finally, don't trust your opponent's moves. This happened on 2 occasions in this game in which I called the bluff on my opponents. I could have easily trusted their h4 move, attacking my bishop and telling it to go away. But guess what? I looked back at my pieces, had confidence in my position, and played bishop takes h4. Secondly, after they played knight e2, bringing another piece into their defense. I called the shots there when I found rook takes f3. By doing this, I found that the queen was stopping to defend that f3 pawn. So always doubt your opponent's moves and call on their bluff. There is always something they themselves might miss. Tony is next. Tony from Norway. There we go. Have a good game, Tony. Nice silent move. Thank you. Yes, indeed. Welcome back, Levi Jeans. Hope you're having a good day. So here it's a queen's pawn, although it was originally a ready. E6. I do have to check my phone now and again to see how my students are doing. I have 2 students in their first tournament today. What are the chances of that? I have 2 students in their first tournament today. And me as a coach, it's my first tournament this is my 2 first tournaments at the same day as a coach. How crazy is that? So here we're gonna hop into a nice variation called the Noteboom. And here you're gonna see a nice unbalance in the position. Here I'm gonna go b5. So white attacks this pawn, I defend it with this move. And here we're a pawn up. So I just want to remind that, although we're giving the center, we are a full pawn up. Okay, so bishop here, we're gonna go h6. This is a very annoying pin. Takes, and we're gonna go g takes f6. Okay, so no text from the students, they're both in their games. Okay, queen d2, I'm gonna go bishop g7. Maybe not the best move, but at least it's protection for this castling. And so castle's long, kind of putting dense pressure on that. We're gonna castle opposites. And this is very interesting because white has the opportunity to attack my weak castle, while I have the opportunity to attack theirs. King b1 is a really good move, Tony. Setting your king aside, very safe. Very good move. Here I'm gonna play a5. The Noteboom is crazy. I'm pretty sure it's pronounced differently though. Noteboom? Noteboom? I'm not sure how you want me to pronounce it. Noteboom. It's named after a guy, Daniel Noteboom or something like this. Zach, Magnus called me yesterday and he said he wants to play the same Gambit in the World Championship. We'll tell him he's free to do so, but he has to pay me for the license to play it, of course. To push or not to push? So here we're going to play a nice little move. H5. Such a deep move. I'm going to explain later what it does. Who do you have in the candidates? I have Ali Reza for the win, even though it's almost hopeless statistically. I love Ali Reza. I'm supporting him probably till the rest of my career. I see in him what I see in huge players. So bishop e2, and here we can finally play b4. A long-awaited move by me. Okay, and this is just sacking a knight. I'm going to tell you guys the line I calculated, pretty deep line actually, that I calculated after, okay? So, bishop d3 here. Since we're up material, we want to trade. You always want to trade down when you're up material. It makes your piece stronger, so my bishop here is getting stronger with every trade. We're going to go knight d7, actually. Okay, rook here. Always place it on the open file to the king. Twice in 2 games. It's a recurring theme. So here e5 kind of attacks my pawn structure. You just want to close this up. You really do, because it also gives in this square. And now white does a big mistake. I can take here. Free knight. And even on this, you have to calculate what your opponent's resources are. I can still defend with the queen here. Yeah, that's normal. Here I can just go like knight b6. And here we're covering an important square, kind of. This rook would kind of secondly go into this attack. And we're setting up this or this and, you know, doubling on this. Or doubling on this square. With some discoveries and stuff. Are you playing with streamers? No, I'm playing with my subscribers. So queen here on b5. Now I have a nice discovery. Knight d5 attacking this queen. So here we can just use our resources, so our available pieces at hand, to further our advantage. So I'm going to play rook b7. Can you guess my next move? So after rook d3 here, my next move is rook b8. So we're doubling the pressure on this b2 square. And this forces a move like b4, which is weakening to the kings, of course. We've seen this. And here I'm going to attack different things. So rook c7, c8. Here we're going to attack this square. You don't always have to attack a pawn or a piece. It can be a square. You can attack a very valuable square in the opposite section of the board. And here it's pretty over, since this attacked square leads to a win, or at least a queen is what I'm seeing so far. So queen c1 check. Thank you so much for the follow, Amara Losam. Hello! First time chat. King a2, I'm going to go rook c2 check here, forcing the king up. We're going to go for queen b2 check. And here what I had seen is that we have at least knight b6 to win the queen. Though I think we have mate in 2 here with rook check on the queen. Forcing queen to b4, and now we have rook a7 checkmate. So the reason why I played this deep move is, considering any move here, let's say rook g1, I have b4, okay? And on b4 takes, this knight moves, let's say, to e2. This is what I calculated. And now we have b3. And on queen moves, let's say queen here, or even queen takes c4, very, very possible. Here, I think we have check. And now king here, check, king here, check, king here. And this is what I calculated, bishop h6. And now you're taking up every square here. The exit square for the king, and you're thinking of playing queen a1 check, mate. Knight here, and you have, oh, if takes f4. So you play bishop a6, queen c3, and then you take on e2, the piece that's defending this f4 push. And now if bishop takes, you have bishop takes check, pawn here, check, rook here, or anything that guards this square, right? And now you have checkmate. I think I would have found bishop a6. There you go. That was my deep calculation. Yeah, exactly. Bishop h6. Thank you so much for the game, Tony Mitrode. I appreciated it greatly. Unlucky Games is next. For game 3, I have 3 pieces of advice for you. Number 1 is how I originally won material. I played b4, right? And that attacked some pieces. So attack the king with your pawns. Your pawns are the foot soldiers of your attack. They're the weakest pieces, and therefore you can sacrifice them easily. They're the best to win material because they're the weakest pieces. In other words, if I exchange my pawns against anything else than pawns, I am up material automatically. Number 2 is be quick and alert to defend once you win material. So, when the queen came in on c6 and the rook was lined up on the g-file, I had to be quick to find knight b6 and then knight d5 to stop that d pawn from coming in and the rook from coming in as well. This completely blocked the enemy to intrude into my position. And now for the finishing conversion part of it, Always attack weak pieces, or in this game, weak squares. When my queen and my rook combined to arch up and attack that c1 square, they were combining to do mate, right? On a square, on a precise square on c1. And that's what helped me attack a precise square and win by checkmate. Number 2, right after that, I did spot your mate. Calculate everything, right? I looked at queen c1 check and rook c1 check. I calculated both and saw that queen c1 check was better than rook c1. After rook c1, the king goes up. There's not much after that. Queen c1 check mates in the 6 moves that I did. And also, finally, always look for a better move, right? In the game, I also said, okay, I can play knight b6 here, winning a full queen. The second world chess champion ever, Emanuel Lasker, says, when you see a good move, always look for a better one. Yay! Here we go. Okay, so this is a Caro-Kann. Another one. H4. Okay, so we learned from our last game we're going to play bishop d3. Usually it's h6 here that's seen. This is kind of a secondary variation. Please say Mattercod. Okay, I said it. Zach, why can't you play in Candidates Hell? Why aren't you a world champion already? I don't know. I prefer being underrated. Underrated still. That game was so complicated because you had to at least calculate 5 moves in advance and super accurately 5 moves in advance for you to be confident about your position in any way, shape, or form. So here I don't usually suggest you to double your pawns, but here we take with the c pawn to open up the c file and to undouble them later with d4 here. I actually like this a lot. I'm going to start playing bishop d3 then. So bishop back here. Now I think I can take on h5. Knight f4. This will turn to equality if they took. They didn't take. Okay. So I'm going to play h5 here, conserve the pawn up. I could have also played g3 here, conserving the pawn. Ooh, knight f5 is really nice. Good thing I'm well defended here, but yes, this rook is undefended. Okay, we're just gonna develop, keep developing, develop. Oh, these are Indian curses. Damn. Yes, you underrated. Thank you, Martin. Knight c6. I'm going to go bishop e3. I don't even like my bishop. If they want to trade it off, I'm very, very happy with that. I will look in depth our game for sure. Yes. Thank you for the really, really nice game Siba plays. It really has me questioned about my King's Gambit plans in what I play. So thank you. So queen b6. Yeah, but to be fair, the 900 is really holding down their fort, so I really encourage that. Super, super good of them. Looks like I'm losing a pawn here. A pawn. I think this is a poison pawn, and we'll see if they take it. But for now, this is the real important one to defend. Okay, so bishop here. I'm just gonna go castles long. You don't want your king on this open file, so I'll go king b1 in the near future. Reminder that I'm a pawn up, so I can give this pawn on d4. Martin redeemed the point redemption, the channel point redemption of problem of the day. So here we go. Problem of the day, problem of the day. Let's see what we get today. Ooh, white to play and win in this position. Pause the video to solve the problem. So here bishop takes, bishop takes. And here bishop e3 attacking this knight. And this is what I had prepared. Like, I don't know how black defends this knight once more. So queen here, I can take this. Super well defended. Always double check your defenses. Rook takes, let's take here. And let's play queen h6. So here, oh, it was an oh no, my bishop, I guess. We played a little too quick there on their end. Okay. I can also go back. Let's go back, defend this. Knight a5. Threatening knight c4. With mating threats. So here, very, very unique. I think the queen is almost trapped. Or at least it needs to go out west. Out east. Out east from out west. Very, very rare thing in which my knight and my bishop cover all of these squares, and this one included. And my pawns just do the dream work. Animations of covering this rest of the queen side. There's also this. So queen g4. Now I want to take here. There's no knight c4 things attacking my queen and threatening mate, so I can venture my pieces a little more mobility. Okay, so d4. I'm not too scared of this. I have more pieces defending, so I can do this. Bishop takes. And here. I can do. Let me calculate this. Queen here, I think. Yeah, queen here. I hope it works. Because I'm a bishop up, I want to trade queens here. It's all about diluting the material so my bishop gains more and more strength. Okay? If we would remove all equal pieces here, all trades here, this bishop against these pawns would be so winning. Which is why I have such a big motive to trade everything off except my bishop. Queen c2. Zach, do you think Messi would be good at chess? Messi has a ton of work ethic. I think he would be medium at chess. He would have he's starting to play at 33. He would be a club player at best, I would say.
I mean, he's too focused on football. Queen b4. Here we can again offer a queen trade with queen b3. I send you a friend request. Okay, here we are. Okay, queen b3 here. Tell me about it. And now we have traded queens. We're going to be looking to trade rooks now. Defending g2. So you're going to play knight here. We're going to pick up material. Be careful, no back rank mates. And for easy conversion, we can even take here. And e6. e7 as well. And knight e5. Shielding from this rook attacking this pawn. And this pawn can just do mate in 3 moves. It's mate in 3 here, actually. Here, 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 here. And whatever black does, it's checkmate. Well played. Good game on Lucky Games. Thank you so much for the game. Drink water. I don't have water, Prince. Sorry. Thanks for the game. Thank you so much. Okay.
I hope you enjoyed game 4. For this one, I have 4 major pieces of advice. Here they are. First of all, always look for your opponent's threats right after their move, no matter how subtle. Right in the opening, the development move knight c6 directly attacked d4, and you can easily forget about that and then lose a pawn. In fact, later in the game, I lost a pawn from it. Secondly, on that point in this game, knight a5, what an obscure move, right? It was actually directly threatening knight c4 and threatening my queen and threatening mate on b2. So always look for your opponent's threats. No matter how weird the move, no matter how different the move, always look at the meaning behind the move. By anticipating that knight c4 coming in on the next move, I could play bishop c5, discoordinating both their pieces, and the queen had to go all the way across to the board to g4, and their attack was quite doomed. Second piece of advice, when you lose material, keep your cool and always look for the best move. After knight takes d4, winning a pawn, don't lose your focus, don't discourage yourself, and always look at the position. And here I found bishop e3 winning a piece in this position. Tip for converting once you're up material, always try to trade queens if you don't have that attack, right? So I tried to trade queens on 2 occasions. Once while playing queen e4, offering a queen trade, they refused with queen g5 check. And the second time with queen b3, also defending against that mate threat on b2 and proposing a queen trade, for which they accepted. The reason why we do this is when you exchange equal pieces off the board, the extra material you have gets stronger and stronger the more it's on the board alone. And finally, sack for the win. When you see a clear win after a sacrifice, most likely your opponent did not see that sacrifice coming because it is a wow move. It is a move that is hard to think of, especially when you're on the flip side of the equation.
Prince, here you are. Okay, so we're gonna start off with e4 again. Because I have no range. Okay, c6 and now d4. So this is a Caro-Kann. Important to know the openings that you're facing. So here we play the advanced variation. And on bishop f5, we're going to go knight e2. This is the Bronstein variation. YouTube videos to come on this one. And we're going to go knight g3. So this is the idea. You kind of bring up your knight here. Attack the bishop. You always want to try to win this bishop. because it's so good. It's in front of black's pawn structure, which means it has a view ahead of the position. And here black plays h5. I think Prince knows that I played this, so he's well prepared against this line. We're going to go bishop e2 here, putting more pressure on this h5 pawn. c5, he's definitely prepared. This is exactly what he should play. Really good. c3. And now knight here. Bishop e3. So I can't take yet because my queen still defends h5, which means it would be tied before. It would be tied between defending a piece on h5 and this pawn on d4. Why not knight c3? So I don't know at what point you're talking. So here, if I go knight c3, black can break up my pawn structure with c takes. You always want to defend with a pawn, so you take back with a pawn. Yes, knight is n. Thanks for correcting him, Kylon. Very helpful. Yeah, the reason why I'm only playing subs today is that as a sub, I believe that they're entitled to some perks now and again, even though I make all my content free. So here's that. I'm rewarding my subs who support the channel. Thank you, subs. Okay, c takes here. And here there's bishop b4, but I'm not too concerned because I have knight here. Oh, wait, there's bishop takes b1. Whoopsie daisy. Okay, so here I actually did a mistake. Bishop takes b1. If I take back, there's bishop b4. So we're just going to give up the piece. It's fine. This is how you come back from a piece down. Okay, now bishop g6. So it's important to put pressure on your opponent once you're down a piece, because this is most likely when their pieces are reclining back and they're getting used to some development. So here we can take en passant. Always take en passant. If you know, you know. So knight takes, and now we can open up black's position with a move like f5, where my rook is suddenly going to be active, and this e-file as well is going to be open. So bishop back. I believe Prince played a bit too quick here. I would have taken personally. Here, wow, so many things I can do. Here, I'm going to take on h5 with my knight, okay? So here, by taking with my knight on h5, I'm threatening to take here with check, and it feels like black need to escape with the castles along. In this position, I think I'm going to go... Just going to take here on e6. Adding pressure on that knight, and now takes, bishop takes. And now it's not bad. I already have 2 pawns for the knight lost, which is great. Amazing news. Bishop b4 on tempo. I think we're gonna go queen here. So it's one of the only moves that still defends d4 very well. I don't want to go for a passive queen d1. And after rook here, I believe I like bishop f7 here, kind of to lower their space. Okay, so rook d6. So black are threatening to take here, although not really. Here, I think I can just play... think I can play rook c1 on tempo. On tempo meaning, no, it's not. It's not on tempo move. Sorry, rook c1. Just rook c1. It's not really tempo. I'm just pinning this knight to the king, kind of putting a little slight jab on this kind of king in the center. Yeah, so rook d6 was a move for nothing. If rook takes e6, which was originally, I believe, our friends planned here, I could have taken with the bishop with check, and then the rook doesn't have time to take my queen. So although rook back, I think it's time to strike. We're going to go with bishop g5 blow. So again, attacking a weakness that's been exposed. Back here, after rook c1, I was threatening e7 because this rook covers this e7 square, and now this knight is pinned. So queen c7, letting go of the defense of this rook. So here, I'm just going to take the material. Since we're down on material, we won't kind of want to recuperate what we've lost. It's a good time to play a3, b4. This nice little... Yeah. Very nice little trick here. So after bishop here, we can go b4, and already we're attacking more weaknesses. Just by doing tempo moves, not letting prince grasp the position, have time to restabilize, right? So here we're going to go h5, just because this queen has a little look-see on this h4 square. Queen g5 is played. So here I kind of like this idea. We're going to go for rook c3, kind of a rook lift onto this third rank. Okay, g6. Played here. So this g6 move gives up this f6 square. I think here I'm just going to play rook h3. So rook h3 kind of not only defends this, but also attacks it in a way. So after takes, I'm running low on time. Very interesting game. Gotta hand it over to Prince there. So here I'm actually gonna trade queens. Yeah. So here we're gonna trade queens. I'm trusting my pawn. And here I believe we can take. Attacking this. I'm going to play a little bit quicker, you guys. And here we can take this as well. So here we're attacking the bishop, we're attacking the knight, we're attacking this other bishop. Black might be in trouble here. White 2 might be in trouble. We shall see. Okay, just an immediate resign. I think this is a premature resignation. Let's check the engine. Okay, so here I do believe there's still check, right? King here, and now bishop e7. And once you attack this rook, I mean, we can take 2 pieces here. But if you ever remove it, you know, there's bishop c4. I think this is good. And you're defending your knight, you're fine here. Although we do have a small advantage as white. So a bit too early resignation. I don't believe this is, you know, it's only +1 here in this position. So yeah. Here, by the way, bishop e4, defense d5 is completely winning for black. Let's see what I could have done better. So this is a part of the system in which, yeah, it's already -3. Let me see here. b3. Oh, c4 is actually good for me here. c4 is a better 6th move. Wow, noted. Knight d2 as well is actually better. Bishop d3 too. Okay, bishop d3 and we take. I see that now. That's nice. I like that. Okay. Well, perfect. Thank you for teaching me, Prince. Appreciate that. Who's next? E4, C5, Knight F3, G6. Thank you so much for the resub with Prime. You've now been subbed for 2 months. Welcome, welcome back. Thank you for continuing your subscription. I really appreciate it. How's it going? It's going well. It's going well. We're playing subs today if you want a game. Who's next now? Okay. Come on, Adam. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay.
For game 5, we were actually losing right out of the gate by playing in queen d2, a huge blunder, permitting this bishop takes b1 at the end of that trade on d4, opening up that b4 square for the bishop to pin my queen, so I had to get out of there and give them a piece. So here's the thing. I never got discouraged during that game. In fact, I immediately looked for counterattack the second I lost that piece. You see, I castled and I played f4, f5, and I immediately got them at their weakest. Most likely your opponent is at their weakest once they win your piece because they're not calculating, they're in full ecstasy, right? They're so excited that they're winning a piece, and that's when you go get them. That's when you put pressure, that's when you attack. And in fact, this method got me 2 pawns back for that piece that I lost on b1. Second is play the odds. I traded queens and decided to go into that endgame because I thought I had still some chances in it. All to say, play what gives you the best of odds. And finally, always look for the weakness. I know this is maybe the second time I'm saying this, but it does work. Once I traded queens and I took the pawn on h5, The second I saw that weakness on d5, it permitted me to win a piece after rook takes d5 there.
Let's do it, let's do it. You should be close to National Master, right? I'm good, thank you. Hope you're doing well. I should be close to I should be actually a National Master, it's just I don't do the tournaments. Okay, so here we're gonna play the Tarash, or I think it's a Zukatort variation. So e3, this is quite a weak move. Usually the white pieces should go d4, or if you're going for a London, put the bishop out first. So I think Adam is trying to go for a London here. Okay, so it's a Stonewall. Okay, Stonewall prep. Let's see how it is. So Stonewall, there's always a big gapping hole in the center on e4. We're just going to try to take that up. And we're going to go dual fianchetto. Bishop d3, bishop g7, good. Castles and castles. Great. So far, Adam's development is really, really nice. Really, really good development. Okay, we're gonna go knight d7. So I'm just developing maybe for a rook c8 and opening this up. Okay, c4. Let me think here. We're gonna go e6. So you always want to take back with a pawn here. That's nice. Okay, knight e5. We're gonna go rook c8. Bishop here. Razoring through, pinning my pawn. Not bad. Really not bad. I'm gonna go out of the pin, so just in case I want to take here. Very interesting game. Very good setup by Adam so far. Sentient Being just gave out a 1-month sub. Thank you so much. And congrats on Lucky Game. You're now a sub of the Chess Nerd Live. Congrats, my friend. Ample merit. Ample merit. What do I play here? So I'm going to take here. Open up the C file. And I believe we're going to take here as well. Okay. And now they have kind of... He has kind of pawns in the center like that we can attack. So I'm gonna go, ooh, b5 doesn't look that good, wait. Okay, we're gonna go for the heart. So here, by taking here on e5, we're attacking this d4 pawn. Just by opening things up, we have a better understanding of this position. And a better control over it. Okay, so takes, this allows for me to play queen takes a pawn with check, so that my opponent cannot take the knight. And be careful, there could be like some bishop here that redirects the attack on your queen. You never want that. And from here, the king is all the way on h1. We're going to go knight g4, and here we're attacking this pawn. Good prep though by Adam, I'm not going to lie. If I challenge you, can I challenge you with balanced odds? No, Saif. So I never do odds for anyone because you don't learn from odds. You don't learn. So in this case, I really, really want to push you guys learning, okay? And you learn from a normal game with a great player. Not that I just self-complimented myself. I would never do that. I would never do that, okay? So here, I can take this knight very nicely because... If this, I'm saying this because Adam is most likely listening to me while playing this game. So yeah, if rook takes, but if pawn takes, I had this knight e3, which forked these two pieces. And now I can just take here on a1. This rook is hanging. This rook was not defending this rook anymore. So always try out these little combinations in your head. If you don't think of bishop takes f3, which doesn't look like it wins material, it just looks like a trade, you will never find these really nice tactics. And now I can liquidate to an endgame on my own true style. I really want to play that. So here we're just going to go for the finesse. Yeah, we're just going to take here. So we're taking a pawn, but not only that, you know. we have compensation and things rolling beside it. So actually, guys, we have the queue function. The queue is empty. Okay, and I think you can do like next if you want to be next. There is no one in the queue. Feeling bad for reports. Same Siba plays. I really like the ambitious f3. Sad things. And now by defending this checkmate that was threatened on h2, I think I have this nice move, which is a nice fork we had earlier. Knight e3, forking the queen and the rook. Yeah, join, exactly. So yeah, we have join and then we have Q. But Prince, you're next. Don't worry. Madam. Okay, so bishop b2, I think just gives a bishop. So many of you, let's say U1500 chess players will believe your opponent. This is a tendency I see often in these levels, is that you believe your opponent's last move, in that they play a move and it's seemingly good, and you believe it in that you kind of move away from it. Sometimes that move is more often than not a mistake. So here it's a matter of conversion. I have a rook and a knight up, and a couple pawns as well. So we're just gonna open up this file. Okay, so now Adam trades, which is not always recommended when you're down material. And we're gonna go rook c8 here. Check. And we're gonna go, ooh. So here we have a nice tactic as well. We have rook f2 check, forcing the king to a square, to g4. And now we have f5 check, and this is a nice fork on the king and rook. And now Adam resigns. Thank you for the game. So who's next in the queue? Oh, there we go. Sentient being. There we go. Game number 2 against Sentient being.
When your opponent takes a lot of space like Adam did, the Stonewall attack with the knight on e5, the pawn on f4, the pawn on d4, the best way to go about it is look for the chink in the armor of your opponent's position. Here I found that the d4 pawn was weak, right? And then when I saw that knight takes e5, f takes or d takes, I always have to have queen d4 or queen takes d4 check on the king, and my knight cannot be taken on f6. Secondly, tactics, right? When I played bishop takes f3, I knew that if rook takes, and you can calculate this in advance, when rook takes, you have queen takes a1, and if f takes, well then you have weakened the king. So always look for those extra exchanges, what they create in the position, and what do you get out of them.
Good luck, Sentient being. So I'm gonna open e4 best by test. We're gonna take a little sip of water. So this is the modern defense. Basically, we take the center, and the black pieces will go bishop g7, maybe knight here as well. So we're going to go knight f3. Just develop and take space. This type of opening is part of the modern school of chess. Okay, so the modern, postmodern, or something like this, which involves black giving up the center and letting white push up, getting a lot of space, and then black attacking the center. And so here after d5, we're going to go e5. So this makes a little spicy takes of square. This knight cannot go to f6, which is usually where the knight would develop. And one thing I see in the black pieces is two things, actually. So the pawns are all on light squares, which means by default, these dark squares are quite weak and would be even weaker if I were to trade off this bishop. And number two, this bishop is trapped inside its own pawn structure. So the light squared bishop is not going to be too good for most of the game, since this is quite permanent. So I'm going to develop the bishop here. Okay, and so here we're just going to go for c3 because this is usually a plan, so this is kind of prophylactic. Okay. We're going to go for bishop g5 here. Pinning the knight. We're not really scared of h6 things because we can just always go back, and this pawn would be a liability once they castle. Okay, bishop here, and now this is black's first mistake, so always make sure to double check your moves. And so here white has a nice tactic. We can take this bishop here on a6, and once the knight takes, this knight is undefended and this king is open, so we have queen a4 check. Wins this knight. Always double check your moves before you play them, even if you're on my side of this tactic, of course. Hypermodern, thank you, Hypermodern, Malcerino. So it was part of the Hypermodern school of chess. There you go. Hypermodern, thank you so much for the correction. I really needed that, actually. And so once the king moves, although I would have suggested something more defensive like c6, preserving the ability to castle, here I can just take the knight on a6. Queen d7, and you should never want your queen to get trapped or anything like that. I'm just going to go back. Okay, once you gain material, go back, defend. Most likely than not, your opponent is going to press, is going to attack really hard. So just keep it casual. Saif just ordered Problem of the Day song. Problem of the day, problem of the day. Let's see what we get today. Ooh, in this position, white plays bishop f6. We want to trade off their kind of good bishop in order to have these dark squares quite light, as I said before, right? And here we can just continue our development with knight d2. So this is how we're going to use our extra knight to make a difference in this position. We're going to go knight g5 here. Here, I believe queen g4 is not bad. We're attacking this weakness. We're also setting in maybe for some things like this in the future. Since this is a close position, trading pieces is more rare, so it's going to be a little bit harder to convert this as a win. In general. That is so iconic. You said exactly like the Instagram Reels. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. So here we could take, actually. It's just a matter of looking for the discoveries. The reason why I'm not going to take this pawn is not because black have any good discoveries. They actually don't. It's because it opens this file up, and that can be damage. We're still going to take. We're still going to take here, yeah. Does the bot need medical attention? Yes, it does. So the bot's been down twice in the past 2 days. It actually does need medical attention. En passant bot, we need some doctors. Or at least a good hosting. Okay, so queen here. Quite good counterplay, I would say. You're attacking my b pawn. You might even go into my position. Take a look. So I'm just going to defend here with b3. Keep it solid. Of course, you have to look if queen e2 is damaging at all to your position. Very important. Oh, whoops, I missed this. Okay. Let me check here. Okay, so queen e2. And now, since it only attacks my knight, we're going to go for knight f3. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So this is a defensive and an attacking move. I'll tell you why later it's an attacking move. Have you ever been coach or self-taught? So I've had actually 2 coaches in my entire career. One when I was very, very young, and then I graduated to a little bit of a better coach in FM. Also a streamer, Lafang Hua. Shout out. And so, yeah. But I haven't had a coach in 5 years, I would say. So I only had coaches when I was very young. So here we can take, I think. I believe this is good. Don't try this at home, kids. But this is a nice sacrifice to open up your opponent's position. And here, I believe I can play knight g5. g5, threatening some things here and here. So it always helps to bring a second piece into the position. And now this is me saying that this is the attacking piece. This knight f3 was actually an attacking move, preparing knight g5 in the future here. Okay. So here I believe we have the win. Just a matter of finding it. So knight f4 dearly defends this. I have knight f7 here, check. Very nice. And so, yes, 3 moves are forced here. King up and king down. On king down, I think I would just take with check, or I would play queen f6 check. Here I have queen g5 checkmate. GG, sentient being. Thank you so much for the game.
In this game, what was crucial is be curious at anything. When my opponent played bishop a6, my first reflex wasn't to go back and defend my bishop or bishop c2. No, it was to explore with my curiosity what happens if bishop takes a6, and then do I win? Do I win something? Do I don't win something? More often than not, you don't win something, but at least you know that information. And once in a blue moon, you'll see that bishop takes a6, a move like that works, and it did in this position, winning me a piece. Secondly, go for more when converting. I see this often happen in your games where you have the opportunity to take that rook on h8. You have the opportunity for the check, the discovery check, but you don't look for that extra queen g5 checkmate that ends the game then and there. Always look for a better move, go for more when converting.
Let's get it. Marikus is from Pakistan. Wow. It's nice to put a country to the person. Okay, so here, Alekhine's defense. Okay. Alekhine's gains a lot of space. Architect DZ says, the engine always makes you feel bad about your games. Totally. Totally feel that. Thank you for your first time chat, my friend. Okay, we're gonna go knight here. Like that, there's no bishop g4, pin, and things like that. Attacking d4. Because black always wants to add attackers on this and remove my defenders. This knight. Okay, here we're just taking space, probably threatening a b4, b5. We are allowing this push, which I'm not sure of. Oh. Whew. Tiresome. We're gonna go knight here. b4 was not possible because of takes, knight takes c4. If I take this knight, bishop takes c3, free knight, and they win a pawn total. Zach, do you like wine? So I try not to take alcohol because it is very bad for you, but yes, I do like wine occasionally, once and again. How about you, Ding? Do you like wine? Okay, so here I'm just gonna go this b4. I have dreams and aspirations of going knight d6 one day, having an octopus knight. So if, for those of you who don't know, an octopus knight is a famous knight. Comes from a famous chess game, Kasparov versus Karpov, of a knight that goes on the 6th or on the 3rd, basically d3 or e3. Okay, now I'm gonna go queen a4. So we're attacking this, defending my knight, and we're just redefending b4 as well, so that if knight here without queen a4, well then black had this free pawn. So we're defending, attacking, and defending again. What a move. The queen can't be attacked as well. Red or white? It depends with what. I like red with meat, on the occasion that I have meat, and I like white as an aperitif, and I also like white with light food. Though just like that, let's say we're at a dinner party and it's cocktails, just before dinner, I would have to think. I think white is a lighter wine, more sweeter too. It depends. I like rosé too. I like rosé a lot. Isn't it only an octopus if the king hasn't castled? I don't know the technicality of it. I just know that an octopus knight is usually a knight that's very, very explosive on one of these two squares. It could be so, the real definition. So here we're going to go for sacking a queen. It's a calculated sack. I have two passed pawns, and we're going to make the most out of this. Wish me luck. It will give me also quite a little challenge for this game, which is nice. Never heard of rosé. I'll have to check it out. Yes, it's so they take the red grapes, which is red wine, and the light grapes, the kind of white grapes, which is white wine, and they kind of mix them together, and it blends into this orange-esque, very fruity type of rosé. It's called rosé. It's a French type of wine. It's very, very good. Okay, so we're gonna trade knights here. We're gonna play b5 to set the stage for these next pushes. So guess which push I'm thinking of doing next. b6 or c6? That's a great move by Malikus. So here by playing queen a5, I kind of have to defend this bishop or move it. Here I can't defend it because bishop takes. Unless I'm willing to go two bishops for a queen, which is unlike me. That's cap. Okay. I don't like bishop c2 because it gives the tempo of queen c3. So we're hopefully going to reframe this bishop here on e2. Or on f3. Or on here, on g4. Is that a map on your wall? Yes, it is. It's the map of the world. Which means, if I really ask you what country you're from, I really care. Okay, Mariku's making really good moves here. I'm gonna double defend this. Very difficult game. This move, yes, it stops my bishop from defending c5, but also it gives into new life. A bishop on f3 here looks very pretty suddenly. Okay, we can go here, let our bishop get trapped, it's fine. That's a special move. I don't know why. d3, queen c3. Bishop takes c3, queen c3. Okay, we're gonna go bishop f3 instead then. Very difficult game. Oh my god. There's rook takes. I forgot. Rook takes. Oh, I had to take on d3. This rook is defended, so there's no bishop takes f2. Here we're just gonna push, push, push. Like cleaning a house. Push, push, push. And now black must think double. Yeah, exactly. That's given me a little room to exploit this. Okay, let's play c7, win the bishop. So we'll have a rook and two bishops against a queen. And two pawns. They have two pawns. So if I go here, there's queen b8. So I have to go rook c1 here. I would take a draw, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. Let's go rook c7. Okay, we can mimic the draw there. It's perfect. It's perfect, you guys. It's perfect. Wow, that was long. Oh, wow. Okay, this. Attacking my rook. Okay, I'm still going to be playing this. So now there's no check and this resource. After all, I calculated d4 for d2 for about a minute and a half, 2 minutes. So king h2, very important king h2. Yeah, I mean, this is winning. Check. And rook f7. GG's. Oh! Difficult. Wow. So difficult. Holy. GG's, Malikus. Very, very good game. Here, is there this? Which would be crazy. There isn't even this. Game review. Game review. This is a must. Game review. GG's. GG's, everyone. All is well. 3 hours of streaming, yes. A little Saturday stream. 80% accuracy. You see that? I love it. You love to see it. 4 great moves. Okay. Yeah, I think at this point I'm +3. I just did this because I love to do it. Don't mind me here. This is equal though, by the way. So it's a beautiful challenge for myself. Bishop here, rook here, and this is equality. d4, this is a mistake, and I have better here. No, d4 is a mistake. Bishop h6 is a bit better. Okay, you'll love to see it. Okay. This is a blunder. I should have taken the pawn? No. Come on now. Take the pawn. Yeah. And what happens then? Queen c3, and we give back this pawn, basically. Oh, rook fd1. Okay. Now queen takes. Now bishop e3. And the lines are a little bit more open for the bishops, and our pawn is kind of... this is equal. Okay, it's a grind. It's a big grind. So here, this is -2. Rook takes, very nice. They played it well. Takes, queen takes. Very good. Can't wait to watch the VOD. There you go, Madikus. Very, very good game. Hi all, what's up, Omir? How are you? So here, rook c1. This is a blunder. Wow, one move and it's done. This is -4. You played g5. Your idea of later. So c6, I think I played perfect from here on. Bishop here, c7, perfect. Queen b1 check, rook here, queen here, rook here, queen check, and rook here again. And here I play g3. Good. g5, rook c7, it's +4. Check here, king h2. This is a draw. King g2 wins. Why? Okay. I'll show you guys what I had prepared. Yeah, this wins. Oh yes, king f7, and now there's no good discoveries. Oh, that's so good. This is a draw actually. King f8, there's no good discoveries. So king here, and now there's rook f7. Super nice pattern. And this is +4 because of mate. Yeah, so this is what I had calculated for like 10 minutes. G3. This is the calculation of 3 minutes. 3 minutes. And this is what I did, okay? So on G3, if D2, which is the real sucker, now we can play this. And now there's no check here. Now I have to play king H2, okay? Because if I play king G2, oh, this is still winning. D1 queen. Bishop takes, queen takes, check, king here. If the king goes here, we have check and this wins. Okay? So king here, and now rook here. But then I saw check here. Oh, just king h2. Oh, facts. Well, what I crafted was a little bit different. So I thought king h2. But this draws to queen f5, apparently. Check, king here. Oh, and now the queen is safe from the discoveries. Wow. Amazing.
Couple tips for this game against Malikus. First of all, look for your pawn breaks early after the opening. In this game, I saw that pawn break c5 that kind of took up this b6 and d6 squares that looked really nice, and it profited to get 2 passed pawns later on in the game. Second of all, have fun in chess. I think we're forgetting sometimes that we have to be so good. If you have a style and you want to play it and that's your way of expressing yourself, do it. In this game, I decided to sack a queen because it was how I preferred to continue the game. I liked my bishop pair, I liked my 2 rooks, and I liked my passed pawns. So play your style. Here are a couple tips to play once you sacrificed and you're down material long turn. Make the opponent's king weak. Activate your pieces to the best of their strength. And finally, double down on your advantage, your passed pawns. In my case, in this game, it can be anything. It could be passed pawns, it could be rook on the 7th rank, it could be a mating net on the king, any of 3 things that happen in the game actually. And finally, for a little bonus, learn to know your mating nets. If it wasn't for me knowing my mating nets in this game, I would have completely lost. I would have missed the rook g7 check idea, king h8, and then rook f7, threatening rook f8 checkmate. That's a really cool mating net. Not a forced checkmate, as I said in the beginning. It's a mating net. So learn your mating nets well so you can execute them when you're down material or when it's a positional sacrifice.
GG's Ashwali. Wishing you a great game. At move 20, I was winning. Wow. Okay, we're gonna go for something different. Let's go d4. This is the Scotch game. Still very highly playable today. Wait, I'm playing 2 games at once. Resign the other one. So here, what do I like playing? This is nice. Bishop e3. So I only know this theory as the black pieces, which, you know, you kind of know the white pieces, what they do to your moves. So I guess I would know this theory. I'm gonna go c3 here. It's all about establishing a very solid knight in the center here. Scotch. So it's me up next. Okay, Siba. How long have you been playing chess? 15 years. So here, knight here. Let's see here. I think I'd rather bishop d3, defending this pawn, and we have enough defense here, yeah, so that the queen doesn't have to intervene. Yes, Tony, exactly. Unrated challenge of 10 minutes. You're next. Okay, so rook here, so this attacks e4. We're going to defend with queen c2, developing the queen as well. Knight e5 is nice. Black kind of wants my bishop pair. I think I'm going to give it to them with knight d2. So still developing my pieces. Knight takes, queen takes. I'm quite happy in this position. Potter variation, you need to send your knight to b3 after bishop c5. Oh, okay. Harry Potter variation, you already know. Okay, so bishop d7. Gonna play h3 just because this square is such an attraction for so many black pieces, right? Just by doing this small, finicky move, it accomplishes a lot. Okay, so h6, and we're gonna go f4. So knight takes, and we're gonna take back with the queen here. Look at this nice established center. pretty good. Yo, Zach, how's it going? What's goody? Curiosity Frequencies. Hope you're doing well. What do you think of this position here? Is it good? Is it bad? Do you like it? Do you not like it? I like that, although black have the bishop pair here, this light square bishop is not that good. It's not going to any squares anytime soon that you're like, wow, this is amazing. Okay, so actually, just as I'm saying that, black is preparing a tactic here. That's funny. Thus butter, no parsnips. Yeah. So here, it doesn't really work, actually. If takes and just bishop takes, bishop b5, and I can play c4. Thanks for joining, Wirt. Okay, so b5. So now we're going to go for an attacking move, g4. Kind of set the stage for this next phase of the game. Hello, Zach. What's up, Shahrukh? How are you? I'm doing good. Looking forward to learning some new stuff. I'm a brand new guy to chess. Played only a game or two against people on thechess.com or on the Lichess. Before played mostly 250 rated bots. Perfect. You're like 110 rating. Okay, welcome to the stream. I'm explaining every single thing. So here I would not usually suggest to you to get your king weak with a move like g4. If you're an experienced player and you think that g4 is a good aggressive move to higher up your position with a g5 potentially, then that's a great plan, I think. So here b4. I don't see how this is even good for black if they take back. There's no tactics though for me, so I'm gonna lay off that. If takes, bishop takes, and they might have bishop takes d2 with taking on e4 things. So I'm just gonna play c4. And here I have one more pawn on the 4th rank. The more pawns you have, the more you control the 5th rank, right? Oops. Absolutely marvelous. And also here. So we're actually controlling. We have a hand, we have a fist on all these 5 squares in the center. In the middle of the board. Drink water. I'm gonna go brag about how I almost defeated a 1900 FIDE rated player. Almost is not is. Okay. A5. You look 10% like Yasser while smiling. Like this? I think because he squints his eyes kind of often like me, like kind of thing. When I smile, I squint my eyes. It's kind of crazy. Do you guys squint your eyes? I don't know. So yeah, actually, my opponent saw this well, read this very well, actually. I was going to play bishop h4 to pin the knight to the queen. Something very, very frustrating and annoying. Well seen, my opponent, well seen. We're also protecting this once more, which is great. Go king h1, get out of this pin. Even though it's in a long time, it's going to be necessary for the future. You smile with your eyes. Oh, love it. You love to see it. I squint my eyes when I smile too. Let's go. Let's go. Otherwise, it's weird. Like, you look like a serial killer. Okay. C6. I don't know what this is for. I'm just going to go for bishop h4. We're attacking this weakness. Threatening to take this and weaken the king side. Okay, so once this pawn is going to be here, they're going to have double isolated pawns on the f6 square and an isolated pawn on this h6 square. Though I doubt that this is going to happen because we're playing against a 1650. At the level of 1650, you usually understand pawn structures pretty well. But it's all about progressing your position slowly and making micro threats along the way. Bruh, I'm nervous. So here we're going to go for a quite attacking move. We're going to go for knight f5. We're threatening here to take on d6. Again, micro threats, very defendable threats, right? Queen c7 defends this like this. Also, black could take my knight. This is an option they can do. It kind of opens things up for me on this g file, as I'm talking about right now. Yeah, so I have g takes here, and g takes opens this up on the king, on this king's file quite nicely. And here we're getting closer to the opponent's king. This is the beauty of the attack. Just want to incrementally, move by move, get closer to the king's way. And by opening up here, we can do moves that we couldn't do before. Like queen g3, I like a lot. Queen g3 puts this axe right on, you know, we have an axis on the king right here, perfectly. I didn't really want to go rook g1 because it gives material. Although usually I would recommend you go with the lowest value piece for the same job. Usually the queen is used for finishing touches in a position. And so here, I like this counterplay quite a lot, actually. So Ashwali wants me to take, and now they would have counterplay with queen takes check, and I would have to play like queen g2 to defend the check, to defend my knight as well. This is on condition, though, that I take everything on d5. Though I'm not going to help them do their thing. You see, this c6 pawn really prevents this queen. I mean, this pawn can go here or here, right? Can get out of this trajectory. But this c6 pawn is really fixed on c6 and can't move because of his own bishop. And so here, I'm not going to do the favor of just making this pawn disappear. We're going to make this pawn block this queen forever. And we're just going to move on with our own plan. Simple as that. Simple as that, ladies and gentlemen. f6, threatening this beautiful thing. So g6. So here I was threatening mate before. Queen takes g7 was checkmate on the king. And g6 is a great defense to defend this pawn, though now this pawn structure is a bit inflated, is a bit up there, and is a bit weakened. And it's a perfect opportunity for me to bring a second pawn into this play. So f5. And we're just putting, again, just small increments of pressure on the enemy. We're just playing f5 here. And now g5. So now this pawn is protected enough to play g5. But again, very inflated king side, right? This pawn is not actually threatening to take my bishop because it is pinned to the king. So here, actually, I really do not want to lose this pawn, though black cannot take it right now because I can take here, h takes, and queen takes with check, which wins the knight. So either I double down on this attack, or I defend this well-needed pawn here. It's all about calculation here, so I'm about to calculate what's goody. Yeah, so I'm just going to play e5 here. We're just going to set this very valuable pawn on f6. Thank you so much for the follow, Crime Master Bobo. Appreciate it. Black Storm 2, thank you so much for the follow. So king here finally threatens my bishop, right? And my bishop is trapped. I knew this coming into it. And so here... Here we have the luxury of a double move, so we're going to go queen here. Black can't really take my bishop because I have checkmate. So while black fixes this issue with probably rook g8 here. Oh no, my bishop. So here rook g8 fixes this correction of this threat, and now my bishop is really threatened. So now it can save itself. Bishop f2. And we're trading off black's probably only good piece in this position, in this game. With bishop here. Okay, and now bishop f8. Nice. So what we're going to do here is we're going to play c5. Very important move here. Here you're just locking in these pawns forever. Okay, even if queen b5, I'm going to go rook here. And what you're doing is that with this pawn that's well protected, you're going to use this lack of counterplay from black to just go on to your own plays, your own themes and plans. So here after a4, we're going to go bishop d4, reorienting our bishop towards a better diagonal. So now my opponent has 30 seconds. So they must play quick, though I have a minute 30. Play. Okay, so they play a3. I'm going to go e6 directly. And here we have a winning position. I believe with... f7 check on the king. Discovery check. After bishop here, I could take this rook. I feel that keeping the pawns heavy and high is better. And after bishop takes, I can take here, or I could even take here with check. I'm going to decide to take here with the queen. And rook here is forced. And now we're going to set two pawns on the 7th rank. This one can't be taken, and this one can't be taken. And here we have a casual mate in 4. I believe. No, it's not mate. Okay. Oh, it is. Wait a second. This looks very mate. Okay. GG's to my opponent who resigned by flagging. GG. Thank you so much for playing me, Ashwali. So, let's check this. I believe we have mate. So this is +7. Bishop here. Queen takes is +27, right? So don't take this rook. Yeah, this is actually less good than queen takes. So rook here and e7. Don't take the rook, the pawns are worth much more. Queen here and actually mate in 4 with knight, which is actually mean. We're just going to go here with the mate in 5. Okay, so this is what the engine gives. I think it's a quicker mate if rook takes. I just have f takes check. Knight here is forced. Queen takes. King here. I believe we have... No. Rook check is better. start with here, and this is mate, because the queen covers g6. Beautiful. And if knight here, we have queen e5, and this is just over. Okay, so really, really good game. Thank you for playing me.
In this very fun game against Ashwali, I have 3 great pieces of advice for you. Number 1 is don't be afraid to be cautiously aggressive on your opponent. What I mean by that is in certain moves in this game, I played very aggressively, like g4, right? Exposing my own king, and even g takes f5 at one point, exposing my own king even more, opening up the g file. What I was is that I was cautious for my own attacking plans. Number 2 is squeeze your opponent from their counters or their resources. When my opponent played queen b7, threatening some discovery checks, entering my queen side or my king side, I had to play c5, blocking their c5 check, and thus squeezing their queen inside their own position. This acted super well for me, and I didn't get counterplayed the rest of the game. And finally, when winning, be patient. I see often people rush for the material, rush for the quick stuff, but no, we had the time in the world and we shouldn't have taken on g7. Instead, just push your pawn to f7 and see the other options. Sometimes taking the material wins even more. Sometimes it even mates even more. But in this case, it was key to really go till the end and mate, and not just be wrapped up around a full rook.
GG's, Ashwali. Okay, so here we're gonna go with the triangle system. E3 and knight f6. Knight f3 and knight d7. I love the Semi-Slav, or Semi-Slav, b5, and here it's the Meran variation, exactly. Bishop b7 here, and a6. And c5 now. Okay, e4, we're gonna go takes. On knight takes, we have bishop c5 attacking this knight and developing the bishop. So 95 here, just like double attacks. And now we have another desperado, knight c4, insane. Apologies for eating, you guys. I'm very hungry. I haven't eaten today, and it's 2 p.m. So here, on knight takes, we can take this, actually. Ashwali. If you take my queen, I can take your queen. If you take my bishop, I can take your pawn here with check and pick up your rook as well. See that? The snack looking delicious. Thank you. This is my second snack of today, Angus. You'll be glad to know. Bon appetit. Thank you so much, Sandrik. How's life in Georgia? Wait, let me see. So, here, Angus, look at this. Look at that. Look at that. It looks fresh. No, it's not. Typical. I think these are sold. These are sold in Australia for sure. Okay, so rook here. Okay, that's good. Great occasion. Whoa. Excuse me. Okay. Great occasion for me to trade here. Basically, I'm forcing this doubling of pawns, double isolated pawns, right? If the rook would have taken, I can just take the knight for free. And we're going to play e5 here. Such a good move. And now we're blocking in this light squared bishop from ever having a very nice diagonal. You'll love to see it. There's a knight there. I do believe that knight f5 was a little bit better. So there's a few options to consider here. Here queen b6. Here queen b6. I don't like knight takes. It's kind of like trading pawns. And so I changed it up a bit in my thinking. Knight here I prefer. Knight here I prefer a little bit more. We're attacking e3. We're defending e5. It's pretty nice. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, mate. Yeah, that plastic looks tasty as hell. You'll love to see it. White knight to b3 instead of f3. f3 is not a bad move. Again, b3, yeah, you're attacking my bishop, but what does that serve long term? I'm not sure. f3 keeps a stable regard on this pawn, while keeping a piece around the king, which is always good for prevention. Give us your best Aussie accent, mate. Yeah, we went to the car and it was very fun. A very good day. Oi, mate, how are you? Happy days, happy days. How's that? Mr. Bean plays chess, yo. Okay. So here we can take off the defender and take this. And here we're attacking the queen. We have discovery checks. This position is rocking. Real and true. Why did I go from Geordie to Aussie and back again? Because I have to, you know, it's either I imitate Steve Irwin or I try my best with "G'day, mate." Anyways. Thank you guys for letting me indulge on stream. Oh my god, I missed. Okay, so we're gonna have to go here. Only move to defend mate and the bishop. Wow, thank god I caught that. Thank you for playing me, highest being. I really appreciate it. Sending some love your way. Have a great day. And now do I have the tactics? Only move. Now we're going to play Queen H5. Queen H4 loses to G3. Reminder. Oh no, my bishop. Okay, so H3 here. Good move by my opponent. Now this bishop is really threatened. I'm gonna go bishop here. Bishop d6. You get me. Very funny. Oh my god, there's still mate here. Okay, let's defend mate. Mate threats on h7. What an emote. Okay. So now we're just gonna defend. I play in elementary school. Nice. How long you play chess? Play chess 15 years now. Since I was 5 years old. Okay. Queen h4. Small moves, surely but slowly but surely. So here we have nice things. Queen check. We have rook e2. Just going into the position can never hurt. Never, never. Okay, so here bishop there. I'm gonna go rook f2. Put some more pressure on this knight. Try to trade off rooks as well. And here we have checkmate in one move. Really good game, Ashwali. Thank you so much for playing me.
In this Semi-Slav rematch against Ashwali, I have a few tips on how I did to win this game. Number one is make a weakness in the pawn structure. So as you saw, I did knight takes e3, a very smart move that forces f takes, a doubling of isolated pawns in the center, and this led me to my number two is attacking that weakness. Attack the weakness. I came in with the knight, and eventually I won the e3 pawn, and that's how you get a material advantage. And now third and foremost is be patient while looking for an opening in your opponent's position. It took me about 10 to 15 moves afterwards to finally find queen e1 and then rook e2, and from there it was over.
We're just gonna go right off. Next game. Here we're playing a 2000 rated player. Quite an experienced chess player. So this is good. Here we're playing a Sicilian defense. Takes. And knight c3, you want to defend this. And here a6 means they're gonna play a dragon. So I play f3 against this. What I play here, I think it's called the Grand Prix attack. I play bishop e3. English attack with f3. There you go. Queen d7, queen d2, sorry. Good game, Southern Run, good game. Thanks for playing me as well. Thank you. So, castle's long. It's good to castle early in this opening. Not always. If they're just gonna attack me, that's gonna be quite annoying. Okay, so they are just attacking me. So because they're not making any progress on their castles, we're gonna look to open up the center. Mainly, let's start with this. Opening this up. Knight moves. As well, we're gonna go h4, h5, and g6. Also, we're going to bring the bishop here. Bishop h3 to have a little presence here. Queen e1 for the vibes. Okay. Here we're going to go directly h5. I believe that g6 looks nice. Not now, because we have to connect this rook, make it protected. Because after takes, this rook is not defended. You can't really take back here. And also you want to play f4. f4, tempo on the knight, f5. Opens up the position immediately. Here we're giving a pawn. You don't really care about that. If bishop takes, f4. Yay. Okay, so bishop c1, going all the way back. And again, this tactic survives. b4. b4, knight here. Both bishops on their home square. Da, 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 da. Welcome to Both Bishops on Their Home Square, presented to you by the Chess Nerd. Okay, let's go f4. Finalmente. Kick this knight out. Also, I would love to take here. Maybe, not sure. Bishop takes is making me second guess. A little tempo on the rook there. So here I dearly want to take here. Reason why the bishop can't take attacking my rook, which is really nice. Though the queen can, but it's not the same magnitude, you know. Both sides have 3 pieces and 3 pawns on their home square. Okay. This one only has 2. Oh yeah, the king. Fact. Great comment. Great observation. Okay, we're gonna go here. Looks like white is popping, but bishop g2 is coming imminently. Only the best chess commentary, of course. Thank you. Appreciate it. You can try to comment as much as possible, but sometimes the positions just don't have much to say about them. Okay, knight takes. Here I can do knight takes. And now I can push g6 for the first time of the game. We've been wanting to do this the whole time. And now this really corrupts the king side pawn structure. Let's see, check out my students. Nothing interesting. Unlikely to be a draw for real, Levi Jeans. I totally agree here. It's very two-sided. Okay, so here we're going to take with the check. Always take with the check. Always take with the check. King there. So if this, I think this loses. We have to take this knight. I think b3 is a bit better than knight b3. Knight b3 would be giving up the c2 pawn. b3, there's a tempo on the queen here. I'm gonna have time to play bishop b2, though also gives the c2 pawn. So calculate with me. Takes, takes. Queen takes. King here, and the king is safe. Ooh, rook is in the action now. Yeah, I think this is the only move. Kind of a mouse slip, but it was what I wanted to play anyways. Don't worry. Yeah, so black had really good plans of going razor sharp here. On the line. More on the rank than on the file. Which is interesting. Very interesting. Oh, my opponent has under 20 seconds. Okay, bishop here. I can even attack this bishop. This is not threatened really. Okay. Can't believe this is an endgame. This is forced, and I'll play king here. I think this wins though. Yeah, I won by resignation. This wins for sure. What a game. That's top quality content, you guys. Okay, so let's review. 70.9 is the accuracy for me. So many book moves. Is the last book move? Okay, castles. King b1 is inaccurate. Okay. Mistake. Okay. Yeah. +4. +4 here. Okay, wait. Wait. F5? Knight takes. It's +4. Why? No, this is +2. They're capping. Major cap. What if bishop takes? Knight d4? Knight d4 is good. Knight d4 threatens this. With this. Bishop back. And f5. Woo! Punishes black. On e5 we have ed. And if you take my knight, I have f6. Oh! f6. Very winning. Queen here. Do we take with the queen or the pawn? Rook takes. What? Threatening this knight. No time to take here. If you do take here, we take here. And here we're completely winning just because the king is off. Amazing. Okay. This is +2 for me. Okay. Takes is a mistake. King takes. F5 is a blunder because of E5. Whoa. E5. Oh, it's defended. I didn't see that. I thought the queen could have taken. Okay. Oh, it's actually... No, it's actually completely losing after bishop g2. Who finds this? No, it says bishop g2 is not good. It says bishop g2 here. Engine, decide yourself. Is it bishop g2 or not? You guys are seeing this too, right? Bishop g2 is the first move, but then it says blunder. But it's +3. What if takes? Bishop takes. Queen takes. Ooh! Brilliant move. King takes. Check. Queen f7. And this. Beautiful. And does it just bait on the next move? Oh, wait. This is mate. Comes to the bishop. Okay. So anyways. This is still winning for me. Yeah, b3. b3, yeah. Knight b3 is losing. I kind of had a knack for that. Okay. Queen here. Bishop b2. It's a blunder because it allows bishop takes d4. Queen f2 is better. Okay. Oh, also safeguards h2. Oh, yeah. Ay. Look at the eval bar. So it's up. Damn, really winning. Queen g3. With check threats? Wow. Okay, didn't know it was that winning. Rook e2. Wild game, absolutely wild. +8. The difference, huh? Oh wait, I missed mate in 2. Oh wait. Yeah, I missed mate in 2. No! I missed mate in 2. That hurts. That's gotta hurt, you guys. And this endgame is winning. a4. Why is it a mistake? It's the best move. Good. Yeah, so if king here, we actually have e7. Super nice. Beautiful move, actually. So we trade off that pawn. This pawn was better than my pawn. And we win this. This is losing? Oh, a5. a5! Oh my god, I was losing. In the very position... Oh, no, not in the position they resigned. Okay, yeah. I was losing a5. Wow. That's beautiful. Absolutely magnificent. So I would take here. It's absolutely losing. I'm not even going to go over this. Wow. Just completely missed that. Okay, just watch out for traps then. I guess here better is rook g4 and then takes, or just a5 first.
In this game against a 2000 rated player, Sparky the dog, we played a Sicilian. And so because it's a Sicilian, I have a few pieces of advice for you to beat Sicilian players, because playing e4 sometimes is tedious when playing against a Sicilian player, right? So number one is always play king b1. Make sure your king is safe even though they don't castle. And that goes to my point number two. When your opponent doesn't castle, open up the position, because their king is at the center of the game. And if you can open up the game, weaknesses come and then your pieces can engage into a riveting attack. So that's what I did with e takes d5. And now third is always calculate against you. A little bit later in the game, when rook h2 came in, there was some bishop takes d4 with queen takes c2. I always calculated my opponent's plans against me. This is super useful to understand where your opponent is threatening and better counterattack yourself, because you can calculate and gauge if your opponent's coming first or if you're coming first. Finally, always look for that last second trap. This happens often at the 1800, 1900, 2000 level. You win, you win, you win, you're winning material, you're winning, it's the end of the game, and they just find a little small resource that makes you losing. I got lucky in this game, but rook takes c3 was definitely a losing move due to a5 check, winning my rook, and I would have been completely losing.
So here e4, e5. We're playing a 2300. Wow. Okay, so this is the King's Gambit. This is what I play against the King's Gambit. I'm going to say move by move. Siba plays. Please mute the stream if you haven't already. I'm going to give proper instruction to everybody viewing because they can learn a lot from this game. So knight f3, here we go, bishop d6. I'm trusting you, Siba plays. Please mute the stream because I'm going to be revealing all my plans. Is this a rated game? Oh, it's unrated. Okay. So d4, knight f6. No, knight e7. I learned this recently. We play knight e7 now. And here we're going to defend with knight g6. Cool, cool. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Siba Plays. Appreciate it. Is this stream saved? So Tony, I am gonna this is what I'm gonna do for you. I'm gonna post an uncut version of it. Of this stream. I'm gonna 1, 2, 3. Tuesday. Ooh, Tuesday. Should we do a double upload? I wanna say tomorrow. I have a brand new YouTube video up, but yes, I'm gonna post an uncut version, almost uncut. I'm gonna be cutting out what I say like to you guys during this Twitch stream. I'm gonna be cutting that out, and you know, it's gonna be a lengthy, very instructional video on YouTube. So it's gonna be posted in like 3 days, I want to say. So castles here. Okay. It's very important to scheme well. So here we're going to go rook e8, c5, bishop back. Okay. Very weird opening. It's very unbalanced here, as you can see. So after knight here, I think I'm going to go bishop f5, razor sharp diagonal, cutting through. Adam OP, yes. So I got stalemated. If you guys want to see that on YouTube, brand new video out. It's the time I got embarrassed at the Canadian Open in front of Andrea Botez. Not in front of, but, you know, just add a little extra spice in there. Why not? So b6. Queen b3 was actually attacking a weakness. Okay, bishop d2. So I'll be looking to play knight h4. Kind of attacking here. If knight takes, opening up this attack on f4. I'll be taking with my queen, defending this at moment's notice. So my light squares are very weak on this king side, on this queen side. I feel like I should call myself out when it also happens to me. So we're always aware of it. There's a continuum of notion. So I don't, do you like Andrea? I don't know her. I've played in a couple of tournaments with her there. But, yeah, I've also played her once in that same tournament, actually, in that Canadian Open. Queen takes h4. And here we have our queen up. That's not necessarily good. Nice move by my opponent. So bishop f3 blocks every f3 idea I had. Let's continue to develop. Knight d7. Feel like that's appropriate now. We can even bring in this knight later. Coordinate the rooks against a rook e1, attacking my rook. Right, so I already have a recharge. This is like I love to call this a recharge, a recycling, in case of a trade here. I always have a keep an eye on e1, which is very nice for my queen and rook to combine there. I'm also attacking some very valuable squares in the opponent's end. e3, e4. So knight b5. Quite nice move. If I go back, there's just knight takes c7, right? Okay, we're gonna go here. We're gonna let this happen. Let it happen. Let it happen. So if takes, it's pretty good. It's a pretty good position. Although I have some weaknesses. White also has some weaknesses, let me tell you. I like what I see for myself. So knight takes d6, creating weakness on this d6 square. And now queen a6. Okay. Attacking again this d6 square. Queen a3, sorry. So here we're actually going to give a pawn on a7. Give, I mean sacrifice, really. We're sacking a pawn in exchange for tempo. Hi, Bob the Train Boy. Hi, Zach. I didn't see you were streaming because I was watching the candidates. Don't apologize. Don't apologize. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Okay, so rook here. Okay, here we're gonna go all out attack. It's just my attacking nature here. I calculated some lines, it looks pretty good. Here takes. I shall explain. If I take with the rook, queen takes, attacking my knight. So I'm taking with my knight here. Defending d6. I can even eventually put it back up. Most likely to happen is this. So my plan is gonna be to go to g4 and eventually g3. So here h3, good defensive move by my opponent, preventing g4 here from happening. And if I go h5, there's a bishop here that traps my queen. So it's a very interesting game, though I have to play. I'm gonna go knight g7 here. Queen moving here actually lets me attack quite a bit. Let me see here. Here we're gonna go rook e8. I like that my rook is defended here. I feel like Fabi lost his mojo. What do you think? I haven't been following Fabi that much, but if you say so. This is gonna be neck and neck, you guys. Here I believe I have this, which is a nice little tactic. I will explain what happens if they take, if they do it, if they don't do it, sorry. Okay, so if they would have taken, I have check, bishop here, and I have rook here, so it would have been a perpetual, I believe. Queen g3, now making this a pin. The rook is attacked, so there's no tempos like, well, not that, but like queen c6, because that would give something. I'm a bit better on time. Let's see how we manage our time. Siba plays. Neck and neck. I love this. Very competitive game. Not see that coming. think knight f5 is a good course of action here, even though my rook is undefended now, so there's gonna be bound to be some tempo moves. Okay, queen here. Pretty good move. I mean, you're defending this, you're preventing against this. I'm curious on knight h4 though, because I had 2 moves to attack now. Now I'm continuing my attack. I'm threatening this. Bishop h5. Very interesting attacking move. Threatening mate. We have to defend with rook f8. This is super overloaded. They have 20 seconds left to my 1 minute. What does white have here? I think this is a bluff. Mm-hmm. Losing a piece here. Most probably am. Oi. Okay, I went on time. That was a bit cheap. Not gonna lie. How do we play this out though? Bishop takes? It's winning here? +8 on rook e2. Wow, this is winning for white. Bishop h5. Knight g6 is a better defense. Always keep the rook on this open file. Okay. It's a nice move. Here queen d7 was great. This was always winning. White had a sufficient amount of pieces defending this king side. That's what that says. How could I have defended better? So here queen h6. I don't like doing that. Knight f6 here. I played knight here. Okay, knight here is a bit better. Rook takes c8 is best. What? And king g7. Interesting. Very interesting, because I can't even push g4 here. Okay. Here, knight h4 takes, queen takes. It's a bit better for me. Bishop f3. Knight here, knight b5. g5. Oh, g5 is actually good straight up. Interesting game. Very interesting game. So here, instead of defending d6, they're just like go g5, which is completely interesting. Mind-blowing even. Let's say they go a4 here, like some random move. This is bad on account of bishop t3, rook here, and knight e4. Okay. Very highly strategical game. GG's, Siba plays. GG's. Go all out. Exactly. Exactly. GM level game for sure. Let's go to the game review. I'm not sure. I think it's a very high game review. It was a GM level game because of the compensation and everything. You really played well sacrificing the piece. You played 3 great moves, accuracy 77. It was a very hard game for me to play. This is a blunder. Bishop f5 is better. It's only 1 plus 2. Bishop h5 I missed. That's sure. For sure I missed that. It really put my attacking piece to defense. This is a bad sign usually. Let's see on my students. How are they doing? Okay. I think let's put my ringer on in case they call. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Oops. So. And this is losing. GG, Siba plays. You really, really played well. Thank you for giving me such a good game.
For this finale, I have like 5 pieces of advice because it's the final boss, right? This is who I beat the less convincingly possible. So, number 1 is always know your openings well. Not only know your openings, know the plans that come with them. You saw me a bit struggling with my plan in the opening from this King's Gambit. I didn't know what to play really, what was my plan after knight e7, knight g6. That was the first time of me trying that, so I didn't really know. And most probably the cases against a 2300 is that they not only know their openings, but they know their plans so well, they know their next moves right out of the opening. So you need to be prepared. Number 2 is calculate double and triple. All of the plans. Your opponent, you, your moves, their threats after their moves, the threats before your moves, everything you need to calculate double and triple because chances are they've already calculated that and twice. So you need to do better than that and calculate much better and much more deeply in. Number 3 is carry out a plan with your opponent's best moves in mind. Always look for their very best move, the one that hits home the worst. And that's how you can better see and guess kind of your opponent's next moves, and you'll know if they come sooner or later. I think I did this inaccurately kind of towards the end of the game, and that's how they outplayed me because I was a bit more lazy calculating what they had against me, and that's what made me fall through material-wise. 4 is learn to manage your time. Often in classical games, when you're really neck and neck against a really strong player, it's really easy to take 10, 15, or 20 minutes on a move. This is what Siba Plays did wrong in their game. They didn't manage their time right. They could have taken less time for some more obvious moves, and that wouldn't have made them go into time trouble later on in the game. And finally, this is something I should still work on that I found in this game was kind of my weakness. I kind of did not defend that queen side, and I didn't defend enough to then counter even stronger. I kind of left the queen side deserted, leaving the queen just swooping in and taking everything, and then my plan was kind of half effective on the king side. So really defend and attack at the same time. I should have doubled down on my defense from a distance and then counterattacked times 5. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this was useful. Make sure to check this again if you had some questions. I'm sure I will answer them in the comments. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed all the content here today. 3 hours, this is like a masterclass. I'm so proud of myself. So much recording. I hope you enjoyed. Sending all the love in the world. Thank you for supporting the channel, loving so much. Thank you so much for the support I've been having recently. I really, really enjoy it. And I love talking to you guys in the comments, interacting with you guys. It's the best community in the world. Let's bring it to the stars.